It's pretty much Thanksgiving, and I totally have to get up in the morning, which is why I'm YouTubing. And I just I think tonight I feel like those who can't won't. And I'm one of those people that can't. Anyway, this is like I need help. I want to know what the fuck somebody else would do in my given set of requirements. I've been fooling around more with these LEDs, which, by the way, this is pretty dim. Uh, and I've really just been wanting to power them cleanly. Like when I bought a couple different power supplies, some were dimmable with decent wattages and whatever. I think I tore one of these apart. Um, in one of my YouTubes. I don't remember. I don't remember what shit I post. But anyway, like dimmable 50 watt. This is 70 watts, but I like to underdrive it like around 10 or less. I bought this thing, which is also from a respectable company, I think. I think it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. Um, it will drive this LED just about right, but then it introduces all kinds of flicker and shit into my camera system. So I think I scoped that and everything, and it was 650 megahertz or 650 hertz or something. And then somewhere around here, I have a little shitty dimmer switch that I used. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I used one of these. This is the world's shittiest dimmer switch or dimmer circuit, and I think it was op amp driven, and this introduced a shit ton more flicker. So I ended up driving my LED just like this one, which is up here. It's up here. Using my benchtop power supply because it was the only clean power that I could use. And anyway, there might be other ones. Like I have other, probably like 150 watt buck converter, and I could probably tune it to a light level. But what I want is computer control and potentially, dimmable using an ESP8266. And all the shit I found fucking sucks. So I ended up buying one of these dps5005s, and I've been having a lot of fun with this. It seems to, I haven't put the scope on it or anything yet, but well, look how much color there is when I'm out of focus with this camera, by the way. Yeah, this dude, like, so now I'm actually powering it off of that shitty supply that introduced all kinds of fucking crazy shit. And anyway, it's stepping down the voltage a little bit, but it cleaned it up. You can see I can adjust it all the way to, this is honestly, I'm clamped at 1 amp. But anyway, this is about as bright as I want to run this light. It'll remain cool to the touch, and this is like a shit ton of light. But anyway, the DSP or DPS. So check it out. Like with all the stuff you get with it, and along with some website. Oh, see, let's bump that up to 2 amps. I will bump this up to 11 volts. Yeah, display now reads 11 volts, 2 amps, which is interesting because that supply is doing 12 volts shittily, and I'm running 2 of these lights in parallel. So it has, like, pretty much, if I open this up all the way, if I, let this little dude step up, I think it'll end up stepping up to 11.7. 11.05 is what it's reporting right now. That ends up being the max volts that it can do given the 12 volt input, which is actually perfect for this whole setup. Was my fucking point. Anyway, I really like this thing. But it's like $35 and has so many other uses. I may just have it run my light, but it makes me feel really dumb that I can't come up with a solution that is both cheap and doesn't suck and lets me get my meaty claws into doing some computer kind of control. I mean, that's really neat. I can sit here and toggle this thing all day. So, anyway, I'll do a little show and tell, because this link right here I found super useful. I've never been here before. I don't know who this dude is, but thanks, dude, because he just pointed out that we're basically running Modbus or mod. What do you say? Well, y'all can go read it. But he mapped out all the registers for this, and then has some basic example code, which is really weird because you connect it 9200 over Modbus, but then like mine didn't work until I actually connected over the serial port at 9600. So don't really get it. I don't get how you can run a higher baud rate on the protocol and a lower baud rate on the device that you're talking to. It'd be like talking. Anyway, I don't quite understand that, but I had to enable that for that to work. And in the end, I just generated this little script, which looks like this. So it's pretty much totally what he did. I just added a few argparse volts and amps, and then didn't loop and do a bunch of random shit. I just made it either turn it on and off or apply what I typed. So for me, it's super useful. 10.2. And there's no way, given the supply, that I can overpower this LED. But yeah, so this now is this light up here. Like I said, I have these in parallel right now, but this isn't adding any kind of artifacts. This is a USB camera over here, and this is a HD SDI camera up here. And both of them, no artifacting, no weird scan lines, no nothing. So right now, this is how I make a dimmer. I'd love to know what other people would do. That is all. I ordered another one of these stupid things because they're great, and I can't believe I never had one before. And this is so much better than running my power supply And I think even for little tiny stuff, I mean, bam, for me to just run to the terminal and just go, okay, well, I want 3.3 volts and I want, zero point 0.2 amps, and I can just set this thing up and it's like good to go. There's some additional settings in here to limit, so you can limit, it'll shut down on a given whatever. There's lots more features in this thing. And then there's open source firmware also. So there might be an easier way to install the Durka. What am I trying to say? To put an ESP8266 on this thing and be wireless. Right now I'm wired. It's running across my lap here into my computer. They also have a Bluetooth connection that came with the kit, but I haven't even looked into doing Modbus over Bluetooth. Maybe it's really easy, and maybe it's just a matter of me connecting, just wrapping whatever that Modbus shit is in a Bluetooth connection. But so I may do that. I may just run stock firmware. For sure I'll load some of the open source firmware at some point. But yeah, right now I'm just pleased that there's no artifacting and flicker in my shitty camera setup. And I'd really like to know what alternatives people have, because everything I've purchased that is supposed to run an LED is such shit light that I don't even want to look at it. And then of course, if it doesn't pass the camera test, then it sucks. You need truly constant voltage, not fucking disgusting flickery shit. So yeah, I'd love to hear what people use and what works for them. That is everything I have tonight. It's time to go eat some turkey. I hope y'all enjoy turkey.